What a speech. You're a keeper. So now it's time for the ceremony, and I would like to invite our two colleagues to come to the stage and face your destiny. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Ordre du Mérite agricole, Order of Agricultural Merit, was created more than 140 years ago, in 1883, by Minister Jules Méline, who was the man who created the practical agricultural schools and then the local agricultural credit unions. Two subjects that will obviously speak volumes to the FSAGRI players. And Jules Méline made history with the doctrine of Mélinism, which combined agricultural protectionism, very trendy these days, with the development of agricultural cooperatives and solidarity between farmers. So let's start by you, our first recipient, Professor Norman Maiwashe. Did I pronounce it well? Otherwise, it would have been a bad start. Professor Maiwashe, you are an established scientist. As confirmed by the National Research Foundation, your work has set milestones in agricultural research. You studied agriculture at the University of Venda in Popo. Sorry, that's also the French. Venda in Popo. Of course, everybody knows except maybe some French here. So a few dozen kilometers from where you were born, and your second step took you further afield to Colorado State University in Fort Collins. What a beautiful state, by the way, huh? Colorado, beautiful. Where you earned a PhD in animal breeding and genetics. Your subsequent 25 years of scientific work and education have made you an expert in developing innovations to improve livestock in the context of climate change. Scientific animal breeding solutions from your research are used by livestock farmers in their herd and flock and flock improvement programs. It is no surprise that then you have been chosen by the ARC as general manager of the Animal Production Campus, ARC being the Agricultural Research Council, and you are also a member of a number of prestigious societies, South African Society for Animal Science, of which you have been president and vice president. President, then vice president, or vice president, then president? I'm just saying, many people would be interested in your experience. Maybe here, anyway. So, South African Council for Scientific Professions, National Science and Technology Forum, Livestock Recording Federation, etc. Your passion for managing and improving research through science and technology led you to the FSAGRI initiative right from the start. This is where France comes in. A visionary, you saw the scope of this adventure even before it was signed, before France and South Africa in 2013. You became program director from day one, assisted since 2018 by our own Séverine Jaloustre, our international technical experts on one foot. Throughout FSAGRI's development, that will stick. This one, I think I will repeat. Yeah. Even when you will have fully recovered, I think I will use it. I will still use it. So, throughout FSAGRI's development, you have relentlessly harnessed the cooperation between South Africa and France on agricultural research, and worked with a wide array of scientists and stakeholders from both countries, as well as with the management and scientists of the beneficiary universities in Fort Hare, Limpopo, and Venda. You led a strategic initiative to institutionalize EFSAGRI, which laid the foundations for the Institute's expansion, and thank you very much for that. Overseeing the process of developing EFSAGRI's first strategy was another notable achievement. Your passion and patience for the development of national scientific capacity, especially in rural universities, has led to remarkable progress in the development of human capacity in the form of postgraduate students and lecturers, laboratories, and research facilities in the participating universities. But although you were here from the beginning of EFSAGRI, I am confident that your dedication to the bilateral cooperation in the field of agriculture will endure, and please let me know how we can bribe you for the benefit of both our countries. I'm sure we have some good cheese, some good charcuterie, some good products of the best products from French agriculture, so that we can make you come back very, very frequently. So Professor Maiwashe, France is delighted to be able to count on you to continue this fine project that brings us together today. And in a few minutes, I will pronounce the protocolar saying, the protocolar ritual phrase to make you a knight. Yes, you will all have to address both these gentlemen as knights in a few minutes. And so the good thing with the Ordre du Mérite agricole, it's that it has something in common with the Nobel Prize, right? Because in both cases, two people can be rewarded for the same achievement. So I'd like now to move on to our second recipient, Monsieur Francois Davel. I know you have probably another pronunciation here, but for me, it's Francois Davel. Francois Davel, you have over 25 years of experience in science, technology, and international cooperation, with a strong background in strategic planning, international partnership, and government administration. You have successfully led a wide range of projects and initiatives, both locally and globally, that have advanced national development and promoted global scientific cooperation. Upon graduation in 1996, you founded a consultancy focusing on strategic planning and business transformation, and implemented IT systems in various companies. You then joined the Department of Science and Technology, now the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, and as current Director for International Cooperation and Resources, you are an invaluable asset for the bilateral cooperation on those crucial matters. However, nothing in your academic training predestined you to receive this distinction that the French call the Leek. Don't ask me why. I don't know. We would have to investigate, but you would be awarded Chevalier of the Leek, in a way. And nothing in your career path would have predestined you for it had your path not crossed with the EFSAGRI. Within the DSI, you have been an essential pillar of South Africa's participation to EFSAGRI's adventure. Your efforts have contributed greatly to strengthening South Africa's scientific cooperation with French partners by closely monitoring the Institute's activities and playing an active role in a number of EFSAGRI's activities, such as the preliminary visit of candidates for admission to the Institute. In 2023, you even became a panelist for a specific EFSAGRI program. So, Monsieur Davel, I am told that one of your regrets is that despite your absolutely 100% French surname suggests, you don't speak French. We have solutions for you. We have an excellent Alliance Française in Pretoria, not far from here. And we will investigate on your origin so that we can bring in your cousins from France to South Africa. Maybe there are some farmers, and we will teach you a few words, of course, the bad ones, so that you can find your way in Paris with the taxi drivers, the Parisian taxi drivers, who sometimes deserve that kind of vocabulary. Same for the waiters, and same for a few other ones, but not the diplomats from this embassy. So, both of them. I will now pronounce the ritual, don't be scared, the ritual sentences. And I will start with you, Professor Maiwashe. So I'm just... Professeur Norman Maiwashe, au nom du ministre de l'Agriculture, nous vous faisons chevalier dans l'ordre national du Mérite agricole. François Davel, au nom du ministre de l'Agriculture de la République française, nous vous faisons chevalier dans l'ordre national du Mérite agricole. And now, gentlemen, the floor is yours. And you're also allowed to do one speech for each of you, obviously.
Okay. Good afternoon. His Excellency, the Ambassador, and our DDG, Mr. Dan Dutoit, who has just left for another engagement. Our Deputy Director, EFSAGRI, Severin Julius, Executive Manager, Research Support and Coordination at the ARC, Dr. Chaminuka, the representatives from key EFSAGRI partners, and starting with the South African side, the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, Department of Agriculture, the Agricultural Research Council, the National Research Foundation, and EFSAGRI Beneficiary University that is continuing to expand. And on the French side, the French Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry. We are very much appreciative that Rashid is here today. We have been engaging with him and his team over the last number of years without having met in person. So thank you very much for blessing us your presence. And also the head of the French mission, the ambassador again, and your team. We are very much honored to be invited to this occasion. EFSAGRI's journey has been a long one. And to the rest of you, ladies and gentlemen, I am very humbled to be receiving this honor for the work that we have jointly done together in EFSAGRI. I must say that I'm deeply honored to receive this acknowledgement from the Republic of France for the work that cannot be attributed to one person. Admittedly, the workhorse behind the good work done in EFSAGRI is always from people who are far removed from the spotlight. And often these people do not receive the appreciation they deserve. I wish to specifically mention a few of these outstanding individuals. Firstly, Dr. Severin, you have been the lifeblood of EFSAGRI. Without you, I don't think we would have been registering the success that we have registered so far. And in my office, Ms. Kabelo Ndlovu and Ms. Irene Lipuru, they're the ones who are doing the dirty work on a day-to-day basis. And next, Ms. Bridget Murowi in absentia. She has been fantastic in her understanding of the international relation landscape. Without her, we would have been very confused. And my colleague, Dr. Cynthia Motsi, she has done a lot of work, especially for the Innovation Challenge. And from the DSI side, we have Ms. Mapito Mukotedi, who has already left the employee of the DSTI. She has been very instrumental in the formative years of this partnership. We also have Humutso Sikaneng, who does the day-to-day difficult heavy lifting from the DSTI side. And we are pleased that when Francois was reassigned to other responsibilities, Mr. Mudikwe Pachane came in to assist in this regard. Having been thrown on the deep end, he has been able to maintain the ship sailing in the right direction. And of course, I'm indebted to the founders of EFSAGRI who saw it appropriate that the challenge of low scientific output in historically disadvantaged universities, especially in Fort Hare, Limpopo, and Venda, should be given an opportunity to participate in the EFSAGRI platform. The historic meeting held in Montpellier in France in 2013 was pivotal in setting a solid foundation for EFSAGRI. And my individual contribution would have amounted to nothing if it was not for the unwavering support that I received from the following individuals. Mr. Dan Dutoit, who made sure that the legal and administrative part is sorted out. Mr. Francois Davel, I think he had to play both the strategic and operational role. And Kaya Sishuba and Mr. Tebuho Mukoma, who are not here with us, they've also played an important role. My organization, the ARC, has always provided me with time and resources to perform my function in EFSAGRI. These selfless contributions from EFSAGRI partner organization makes the world go round. Of course, the support from my family, and specifically my wife and kids who are not here today, provides the renewable energy needed for one to continue to serve their nation and humanity at large with utmost commitment and confidence. EFSAGRI is a unique and the most fit for purpose platform to drive development through science and technology for our respective nations. The challenge, for example, climate change, facing humanity will continue to multiply, and international cooperation is the only way to go if we want to mitigate these challenges. The true and sustainable partnership between countries resides in the hearts and minds of their people. The 21st century requires all of us to see the best in each one of us as we continue to inhabit the global village as global citizens. To the French nation, thank you once again for appreciating the work that EFSAGRI does for the benefit of our respective nations. Thank you very much, and merci.
Ambassador, it's always a privilege to speak after Norman, because Norman do all the formal stuff and all the... So I can just reference to that and get a few smiles going. So thank you, Norman, specifically for the speech, but also as the director of EFSA Agri and the leadership and the recognition. I'm not going to repeat what everybody said. The problem of being the last speaker is this page go, and now I have no page. So thank you, Norman and Severin. We all know, anybody who has been involved know your full-on compassion, walking the extra mile and heart and soul into this. So thank you very much. Which brings me to the question, why did you give this award to me? Because all the people you've mentioned are deserving of this. But fortunately, I have a family that I can talk to, and my sister shared an insight into what it means to be a knight. And I'm still nervous about that title, but the insight is fundamental. It's one person who represents a whole lot of people. So for everybody that have been mentioned today, you share in this. So thank you very much. I want to avoid repeating all the names, but I want to mention one name specifically, and that is Lisa de Tooy, that hasn't been mentioned. She was from the South African side, the orchestrator of the design, the architect. And I stepped with a delight into her shoes. And in my experience and in my studies, the design of an intervention, the design of a project, the design of an institute is often the upfront work, the before the start, which Norman was part of, is crucial and makes the rest easier. That doesn't mean easy like in broken foot or injured feet. That doesn't mean frustration. That doesn't mean smooth sailing. But if the basic design is not in place, we're in trouble. So I want to recognize her as well, because she was part of that. And that's not taking away anything from the people that has kept the ship going and has made an impact. And the people that are impacted, they may not even know about it, but part of being a knight is to have a responsibility for them. So I'm still not sure why you've awarded this to me, but what I'll say is I understand the responsibility, or part of the responsibility, and I will do my best to honor you and to honor the French government and the trust they put in me and in Norman, and I would love to serve not only with EFSA Agri, but wherever, to build the relationship. Your Excellency, good luck if you try to teach me a language. That is not my skill set. Severine has tried, and she realized she must focus her efforts elsewhere. But I am really fond of the French people and humbly honored for this honor you bestowed on us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, people.
And I just appoint myself as program director. Just enough time to say, now the bar is opened, buffet is open. Thank you very much for being with us, and let's get together in the garden. Thanks.